I will just send this link to Twitter. Just a lives. So this is just going to be a live stream revealing my team. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'll only be live for like 25, 30 minutes because the game starts in 50 minutes. So I want to watch the pre-game and stuff. Might even only be on for about 20 minutes, but just going to reveal. I am live. Any final questions for finals? Hashtag SuperCoach. I am live for any final questions for finals SuperCoach. Jump in and say g'day. All right, if we got anyone on, no, it's still a minute and a half and no one's on. I think I sent that tweet out, didn't I? Yeah. I think I'll just wait for just 2 people to jump on. I know it's a very weird time. I had the day off, but I've had a very busy day. So I was going to do a reveal of my team video-wise, but ran out of time, so I'm doing this live to show you guys the team. I just need to wait for literally just 2 people to jump on, and then I'll get underway. Is anyone on? Come on, man. 2.5 minutes. Oh, gee. This is the longest we've gone. It is a rough time of year to go live, so I'm just going to start revealing my team, I think, and just wait for people to jump on. All right. Start at 3 minutes. So if you're watching this back, I'm revealing my team at the 3-minute mark. G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. Here to present my team reveal for week 1 of AFL SuperCoach finals. So new format, very excited. I'll be on live for another 15, 20 minutes. If you got any final questions regarding this format, then that's cool. So I think the back line, I'm going to keep this fairly quick because there just really isn't too much to go off or just to talk about. It's just really matchups and captain and vice captain. So friendly reminder, with this format, you get double your points with your vice captain and triple your points for your captain. So just keep that in mind. My 2 defenders are Whitfield and Zorko. Hawthorn usually don't run a tag with, in general, but especially with halfbacks. So I presume Whitfield, he's had good games in previous years against the Hawks. So I'm going Whitfield. And then Zorko, a little bit of an injury concern, but we know he can absolutely explode and be one of the main cogs for Brisbane off that half-back line. We'll save the midfield for last. We're going to go Riley Thilthorpe tonight, and we're going to have a crack at Brian Myers. So Brian Myers' CBAs have really ticked up over the past 6 weeks, so that's super promising. Another guy I was quite interested in was Toby Green, but we're going to go with Myers. Super consistent, can get you 90+ on most occasions. And then Thilthorpe, it's either a 60 or a 130+ with him. So, but against Collingwood, he is, in my eyes, probably the second best key forward in the comp. Jezza, Thilthorpe, Jezza, Thilthorpe, Darcy. So we're going to go with Thilthorpe here. It'll be exciting to watch him tonight against the Pies. Just a friendly reminder for anyone watching, if you need any final questions, leave them down below and I'll answer them. In the ruck, we're going to go with Meek, just because he's going up against Kieran Briggs, and I just think he can do a good shift on him. I know a lot of people are going Darcy Cameron. That's totally fair enough, but you've got to go a little bit against the grain if you want to do well. So I'm happy to have a crack at Meek on Saturday afternoon against Briggs, who is known to give up a lot of points to ruckman. So I'm going to take that swing. So going with Meek there. Now we're going into the midfielders for our final four selections. If you're worried about the noise in the background, that's my dishwasher, quite loud. We're going to go with Nick Dacos. There is a little bit of Achilles soreness concern with him heading into tonight's game, but it doesn't really bother me. Dacos, there's a lot of knocks that he cops, and he usually just bounces up for the big moments. So we love King Nick. We're going to go with Jordan Dawson. Collingwood don't tag, and he's a big finals game player, a bit like Dacos. And we're going to go with Caleb Sarong, wherever he is. He's in 10th there. Going up against Gold Coast, I think it's such a key to just be looking at Gold Coast as a midfield. They don't tag. They gave up 191 points to Zach Butters. They're one of the easiest teams to target regarding captaincy for opposition players. So I think that's pretty easy for me there. Ahead of Brayshaw, I like Sarong a bit more than Brayshaw for the game this week. And then lastly, we are going to go with Matt Rao. I don't know. It's a little bit satisfying to the eye that I've got a player from every team here. I don't know why I'm like this, but I am. And, I mean, he's just been in unbelievable form. We know that he can drop the odd stinker, and it is tough between him and Anderson. I am going to edge it to Rao for the time being, though. I just think both players are absolute rippers. Vice captain. Whenever this loads, I will tell you. If not, I will. Yes, team safe. Correct. What is this? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to use Zorko Whitfield. I'm going to put the captaincy on Sarong and the vice captaincy on Dawson. Dawson, unbelievable form. Is this his first final? I think it is. It would be, right? Yeah, it would be Jordan Dawson's first final. First place Crows, Jordan Dawson leading from the line. I like the sound of that. And Caleb Sarong just targeting that Gold Coast midfield. So that is pretty easy to me to make that decision. And here's the squad. I mean, there's a lot of guys here. Hugh McCluggage. There's just so many guys that I'm leaving out that I'd love to have. Like Hugh McCluggage is an absolute superstar, but I don't know. Geelong just do weird stuff with opposition players, so a little bit skeptical on that. Bailey Smith, it depends on how the game goes. Like if it's an outside game, then I think Bailey Smith will do well. But Brisbane could just make it totally inside and make it difficult for Baz. So, but I do like him and Max Holmes. Darcy Cameron, I'm just going against, but I think he's a tremendous option. Jordan Clark, I quite like as well. I think I prefer Zorko. Just that little bit more. I think there's a little bit more consistency regarding Zorko. Clark can just drop the odd 70. So can Zorko, to be fair, but I don't know. I just feel safer with Zorko. And then Lockie Ash. I think both giant defenders are brilliant, so I really like both of them. It just feels a bit weird going with both of Ash and Whitfield, so I'm just choosing one there. And that's how we are lining up. So any questions you got down below for me, I'll happily answer them. If not, I'll probably wrap this up. But any questions down below, I'm happy to answer before the start of this format and the first week of finals. Just in some other news, NBL SuperCoach did announce today that they are coming soon. So that is good to hear. I will be doing content on it. There's a lot of stuff in the air. I did make a tweet about NBL SuperCoach as well. on Saturday. I was just, it sounds like they're going to go make a fair few changes, which is, of course, what happens to me when I finish sixth. They got to reinvent the wheel with that format, but I think about time. I was just disappointed with how long they took to just tell us, oh, by the way, guys, it's okay. We will be back, but it does sound like there's going to be plenty of changes. I'll be pretty flat if the classic format for NBL Supercoach is gone, because I just felt like I absolutely nailed that style. But I'll go into NBL Supercoach, see what the changes are. Glass half full approach, as I usually am with these things. A lot of people are quick to be disappointed, and that's totally fair enough. With I'll be pretty disappointed if NBL Supercoach gets rid of the classic format, but I'll have a glass half full approach regarding to see what happens with it. Does sound like a weekly sort of thing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what is actually the case with NBL Supercoach. And it is a bit annoying because if they do get rid of classic, it does lessen my appeal to do content, because I was going to make content because I know what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. If it's an entirely different format, it makes me not as keen to do content. But I'll back. I think Supercoach have made some unbelievable changes over the past few years, so I am pretty keen to see what they're going to do. Hopefully, it turns out all okay. Damo, how are we? How are we feeling for the Dockers this week? Good to see your team in finals, mate. That's for sure. NBL SC is coming out fine with it under a week away, and if there's massive changes, then they'll turn a lot of people away, especially from a research point of view. You are absolutely spot on, Damo. So I think I didn't mind that. I didn't like. I was just disappointed that it took them this long to tell us, oh, by the way, guys, we're coming soon. And I think NBA is on the way as well. So, yeah, I haven't done any research because I don't know what to expect with what's going to happen when they open NBL Supercoach. So there's literally no point in doing research if it's just going to be pointless. So, yeah, yeah, it seems like there will be a massive change. I really hope they keep if they want to go somewhere to something new, that's fine. But could you do that and classic? That is my question. And I would hope that would be the case. But I don't know. Seems a bit grim at the minute with sort of the noise coming out of NBL Supercoach. So yeah, I don't know. I hope they make good changes, and I back Supercoach in making good changes because they've done that over the past few years. But yeah, it's not sounding all too positive at the minute. Now I'm going to have to relearn an entire format if that's the case. So that's a bit frustrating. Causa, I'm fading Dacos tonight. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I know he's coming in with an Achilles soreness problem. So that's totally fine. He could, yeah, he's a player where you don't, I guess you'd be a little bit nervous fading Nick Dacos, knowing what he can do. But I think in this format where we only have 9 players to choose from, we got to take some little risks here and there to get ahead of the pack realistically. Because if we go in with the same team, then it's just not going to get us anywhere. And I've gone fairly safe. I think Meek's a bit of a risk ahead of Cameron. So interested to see how that goes. I'm fairly happy with the team, though. I'm captaining your boy Sarong, Damo. I feel scared going without Dacos tonight, but same as Corey, if he's playing injured, he can drop the odd stinker. Yeah, that would be my concern with this pick. I think I'm just going to back him in though, and I don't think they'll run a tag with him. It's a finals occasion. Yeah, I don't know. I have no problem with people fading or going with Nick Dacos. You got to take these little advantages while you can. He could score a 70 tonight if it's anything too poor. The forward lines where I'm seeing the biggest differences: Zach Bailey and Dylan Moore up front for me. Yeah, I think there's just going to be a random player that we don't think of that just goes absolutely nuts. I don't know. There will just be some random player that we don't expect. Callum Brown to score 120 or something. Yeah, I've gone Thilthorpe and Myers. I think Dylan Moore and Zach Bailey are very nice options as well. I've heard a bit of noise around Cam Rayner. I'm quite bullish on what Toby Green could do as well this week. So I think the forward line's really going to determine how things go for this format. I was shocked a fit Daniels didn't get picked this week. Was he fit? I thought he had a setback in his rehab. I thought he had a setback. Not SuperCoach. I'm just quickly having a look at it. What's the news? Did they say why? Yeah, I think they were meant to come back in. Yeah, I thought he had a setback at training. I think that was the reason. I mean, he's going up against Hawthorn, so I'm not too fussed on that. I'm not too fussed on Zach. Brent Daniels missing, of course, doesn't bother me, but obviously frustrating for the Giants. I would love to have him back. I'll stay live for another 3.5 minutes. We'll go to 20 minutes. Is there anything? Oh my God, I cannot believe it's taken me this long to realize. My league code. What am I thinking? What am I doing? I've got 39 people in it. Join in if you'd like. 144,380. This is my league. If you are watching and you want another league to join mine. So there's no head-to-heads or anything. It's just open leagues, which is totally fair enough. What's the point of a head-to-head league? We've got 39 in there. We'll see how it goes. So make sure you join this code if you want to be a part of it. My apologies. I'm only in 3 leagues, but I don't know. I don't see the appeal with the leagues in this format, but definitely join mine. That's for sure. Actually, I'll leave this up. You guys have seen my team. There you go. That's my team. I will leave this up for the final few minutes of being live here. So make sure you join this league code. You're doing an NFL SC SDS. I don't think I will be. I think I'm going to have my sole attention. I used to do a lot of different sports for fantasy, but now I only do the ones where I'm invested and I'll watch it. So not for me, unless you're really good at selling me doing NFL SuperCoach, then we'll bet, but I won't watch a second of the sport. It's just not my cup of tea personally, but if you can convince me to play it, then I might, but for the time being, I won't. No. My main attention over the off season for AFL SuperCoach will be NBL SuperCoach. We'll see how that goes. NBA looks like it's opening. I'll definitely NBA looks like it will happen, so I'll do that. And EPL SuperCoach and FPL. So those are the main ones. I've dropped off a fair bit regarding making content for SuperCoach. The sports. As someone who finished 77th in about 4K in 2023, I might be better at NFL SC/DT. No. Well, I mean, you'll be right, Damo. Big preseason for you for research for AFL, and you'll bounce back. You'll be right. I mean that is a tremendous effort. 77th is crazy, man. It is crazy. So convince me, Damo, and I'll play. I won't watch it, but I'll play. So friendly reminder, join the league code if you haven't already for this format. 144,380 for the people that are listening. I was going to say if you're blind. I shouldn't say that. Look, that's the team. That's what we're going to roll with. I'm interested to see. I I would have liked to have had more players, I reckon, in this format, but it's fine. If there were 18 players and 5 on the bench, there'd be more to talk about, I think. Personally, I think there'd be more fun. It would be more fun to talk about it. Talking about like, oh, should I go with Cam Rayner or Toby Green for my? Or I don't know. I just reckon it'd be a bit more fun if there were more. If there were more slots instead of just 9, and it's just like you pick the best players and you go from there. So you got to try to take a couple of little risks here and there. See how you go. I think it's just going to be one of those formats where I'm just going to have fun with it. Like I'm not going to take it too seriously. It's just a bit of fun. Nice to be watching finals with SuperCoach scores, but I'm going to watch footy for footy. Realistically, at the end of the day, because I mean, if you need SuperCoach to motivate yourself to watch finals, then I don't know what to say to you. But yeah, good to have some finals footy. 10 games left in the season, so bloody keen. It is 7:10, so I think I did say I'd be on live for about 20 minutes, so I think we'll wrap it up. Thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate everyone watching. Damo and Causa for putting some comments in to talk about. And we'll see you guys for, and hopefully more of a structured week 2 preview for AFL Finals SuperCoach. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.